Hi, I'm Jen from JenThereDoneThat, and I live in the Caribbean. Specifically, for the last 5 years, I've lived here in beautiful Puerto Rico. Now, a lot of the Caribbean islands are starting to offer work remote programs and visa opportunities for 1 to 3 years to entice remote workers to come and live on the island and contribute to their economy. Did you know Puerto Rico has tax incentive programs for you to move or start a business here on the island? In fact, even if you're already a resident on the island, you can apply for these tax benefits. You may have already heard of Tax Act 20 and Tax Act 22. They've now been rolled in to Tax Act 60 with even more business opportunities and even more business incentives for more businesses. So let's talk through those. Let's start with my legal disclaimer. I am neither a lawyer or an accountant practicing here in Puerto Rico. In fact, I'm not a lawyer or an accountant practicing anywhere. So be sure to check with an actual professional if you do decide to pursue any part of the Tax Act 60 program. So let's get started with the first two most popular programs. There's the Act 60 Export Services. This is formerly known as the Tax Act 20 for businesses. The primary benefits of the decree are 4% corporate tax rate, 0% tax for distributions from earnings and profits, 50% tax exemption on municipal taxes. This is the Patente. It's an annual volume of business that we pay based on the municipality your business is registered in. And a qualifying Tax Act export service only pays 50% of that municipal tax. There's also a 75% tax exemption on municipal and state property taxes, and some businesses even qualify for 100% exemption for the first 5 years. So obviously, when we're talking about export services, we are talking about exporting goods and services off the island. So some of the businesses that qualify are project management, software as a service, consulting services in general, graphic designers, call centers, and even crypto startups. I don't have all the details, but I'll leave some information in the description below. Research and development has been a big one for the last few years. A good friend of mine did a whole research and development project here on the island just a few years ago under the old Tax Act, and then he started manufacturing under the new Tax Act program. So there's a lot of good opportunities to bring your business here. So that's one of the key things of getting these tax incentives. So you either relocate your entire business here, part of your business here, or start a brand new business here. Now, to apply for the Export Services Tax Act 60 decree, it's a one-time application fee of $750 and then annual compliance reports and fees between $150 to $300 depending on your business. And the common joke between business owners here on the island is however much you pay in taxes, you'll pay at least double for your accounting and compliance. So just be prepared that you will definitely need to hire a good accounting firm, CPAs, bookkeepers, whatever, to help you stay within compliance and to file all the correct reports and forms to make sure that you stay within compliance for your Tax Act status. There's also a Tax Act Individual Resident Investor Program. This is formerly the Tax Act 22. This is an amazing tax savings. So it is 0% dividends, 0% interest, 0% tax on short-term and long-term capital gains, and 0% on all cryptocurrencies and other crypto assets. So they've added a lot of incentives for the crypto community, and there's a huge crypto community in Old San Juan, Condado, Rincon, and even quite a few of them are moving down to Palmas del Mar. So to qualify for the individual investor program, you do need to become a bona fide resident of the island. There's 3 tests that you have to pass in order to become a bona fide resident of Puerto Rico. The first one is the presence test. That means you spend at least 183 days per calendar year here on the island, or fewer than 90 days in the United States. The second one is your tax home test. Now this is basically making sure that your office, your primary working location is here on the island. So whether it's a home office or you actually have a leased office or you purchase an office, that qualifies for your tax home test. The third one is the closer connection test. This is basically to demonstrate you have stronger ties here to the island than anywhere else. The way most people demonstrate this is they move their family and their business and their life to the island. That means you get your driver's license here, you register to vote here, you open bank accounts here. Basically, you move your life to the island, and having a second home somewhere else can be very challenging for that closer connection. So make sure that Puerto Rico is your primary home if you have more than one. Now, the fees associated with the individual resident investor are quite high, and these have gone up over the last few years. So currently, there's a one-time application fee of $750. There's another $5,000 due upon approval of your application. Then there's an annual $5,000 fee plus a charitable contribution. It used to be a $5,000 annual charitable contribution made to an approved charity here in Puerto Rico. That's since been updated to 2 $5,000 donations. So it's basically $10,000 donated every year to one of your favorite qualifying charities. You can donate to a number of different charities, but no more than $5,000 for a single charitable organization. There's a lot of great ones on the island, so if you have a passion for rescuing animals, dog rescues, cat rescues, there's a ton of them. There's some really good charities here on the island to donate to. Just make sure that they have their 1101-01A tax designation. Now, those just happen to be the 2 most popular tax incentives for Tax Act 60, but there are a ton of business opportunities and tax incentives available for a number of different industries. Tax Act 60 has a number of business opportunities and tax incentive programs. We already talked about the individual investor program and exporting goods and services as a business. There's also opportunities for financial and insurance services. There's a ton of incentives for visitor economy and tourism programs. There are many tax incentives for manufacturing, research and development, infrastructure projects, agriculture as a bona fide farmer. There's even opportunities for movie and film production here on the island, including editing studios. So hopefully we'll start seeing some more movies filmed here on the island. There's also a ton of business incentives for creative industries, so be sure to check those out. There's even a program for under 35s. So if you or someone you know is under 35 years of age and they've never started a business in Puerto Rico before, they can qualify for incentives and assistance starting a business here on the island as long as they're under 35. There's just a ton of other entrepreneur programs. If you are thinking about starting a business or moving a business, be sure to check out Tax Act 60, and you may qualify under any one of the number of different industries, programs, and opportunities. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos from Jen There, Done That, living in Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, and beyond.